All right, Shalom. Praise is going on. It goes to Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, by Shem Rakag Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings to the elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. And this is another earthquake report, which is also going to include the volcano earthquake report as well. Because these are volcanic eruptions that are included a lot with these different earthquakes around the world. They're also a part of prophecy. All right, we know that volcanoes, when they erupt, they spew out fire and smoke, and there's been a lot of volcanic eruptions recently, especially this year. You know, this year 2018 has been dubbed by Apostle Har the year of prophecy, and there's been a number of prophecies happening in the earth, which also includes the prophecies of volcano eruptions, earthquakes, and these other natural disasters and storms. Okay, so before I get into these reports, the first thing I'm gonna read this prophecy in Joel the 2nd chapter. This is Joel 2:30. It says, "And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke." Well, that would be your volcanic eruptions, okay? Because, like I said, when they erupt, they spew out fire, smoke, ash, all right, lava, and the magma that comes out of these volcanoes. All these things are what the Lord prophesied about. Now, even around a lot of these volcanic eruptions, you have chariot sightings. Okay, over the years, there's been a innumerable amount of so-called UFOs or chariot sightings around these volcanoes. More than likely, bringing the Lord's word to pass. Activating these volcanoes. So that's just one part of the prophecy. All right, these volcanic eruptions, things like that. Earthquakes. It says the sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord come. And we saw the moon be turned into blood this past January 30th, going into the 31st of 2018, which is another prophecy that the Lord spoke about. He talked about the signs in the heavens. Okay, and we all know about the prophecy here in Matthew the 24th chapter about the earthquakes. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Matthew 24:7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Different places around the world are going to have these major events happen to show us that we're in the last days. All right, so I just have the last couple earthquake reports from the last couple days this week. This is from volcanodiscovery.com, and this is the volcano earthquake report for Monday, the 23rd, April 2018. Right? It says quakes detected near Bardabunga, which is 6 quakes between a magnitude 0.1 and a 1.0. You have 13 quakes between magnitude 0.5 or 2.3 in Clear Lake. Okay, 3 quakes in Hekla. 2 quakes, magnitude 2.C and 2.7 and 3.1. You have 20 quakes in Kilauea between magnitude 1.7 and 2.4, and Long Valley, 17 quakes. Now, what you really have to pay attention to is, of course, the magnitude, but also the amount. Okay, because it talked about the earthquakes in diverse places, where the amount of earthquakes in the same place lets you know the type of activity is going on with those faults, man. And what these faults do is, a lot of these faults are linked to these volcanic sites, like veins. And what once that pressure hits these volcanoes, then boom, they erupt. But that's all. It's all the spirit of the Lord bringing you know bringing the devastation to the islands and the cities around these areas, man, for judgment. Okay. All right. You had the Markagunt Plateau, which was one quake. The Salton Butts, which is two quakes. And these certain other areas, you had 14 quakes. All these around 1.0 to 2.0. And then here in America, Babylon the Great, you got in California, the Clear Lake volcano. It says a possible earthquake swarm. 13 earthquakes occurred near or under the volcano during 20 hours. The last being recorded 3 hours ago, and this was on Monday. Okay. All this is Monday. You had the Arazu volcano in Costa Rica, 2 earthquakes of the magnitude 3.1. And you had the Kilauea volcano, or the Hawaii Big Island, 20 earthquakes of the magnitude 2.4. So the Lord is doing what he said he was going to do. Okay? He said that he was going to bring all these earthquakes in diverse places, and sure enough, they're happening. Now, that was Monday. Now, for Tuesday, let's see, what is this? Tuesday, you have the earthquake reports and news. Okay? And this is for magnitude 3, you had over 30 earthquakes. Magnitude 4, you had over 20 earthquakes. And magnitude 5, you had over 6 earthquakes. All right? You had a 5.6 in Hokkaido, Japan. A 5.5 in south of the Fiji Islands. You had a 5.3 earthquake in Nicaragua, which I just put a video out on that whole situation, dealing with the Satan. Now I got a YouTube survey. Let's see, what is this here? Anyway, that was it was Satan, but that was the earthquake report for Tuesday. And like I said, I just did a video in Nicaragua, and it just showed that there was a 5.3 magnitude earthquake down there in that region. So it's all kind of turmoil going on down there. Now for the day, Wednesday, April 25th, 2018, it says here you got 27 earthquakes, which were 18 earthquakes magnitude 4, 5 earthquakes for magnitude 5, which was 50 total earthquakes that they recorded. 27 earthquakes for magnitude 3. Let's see. Magnitude 5.5 south of the Fiji Islands again. 5.3 quake west southwest of Bristol Island. Let's see. A 5.2 earthquake in the Samoa Islands region. Then you had another 4.6 earthquake in the West de Rivas, Nicaragua on Wednesday the 25th. All this is reported 9 hours ago, 12 hours ago. Within the last day, you had a 4.6 earthquake in southern Italy. And that's a report, So, hey, we're living in the time of prophecy, man. A lot of these earthquakes are getting more and more frequent, and they're happening a lot more and at a heavier magnitude in these hot spots in the earth. Okay? But like I said, that's the spirit of Yahweh Bashman was shy fulfilling this word. Okay? Now, it was a scripture I read a little earlier in Luke the 21st chapter that I saw, but I'm going to bring it out on this particular video. Luke 21 and let's see, Luke 21 and 32, it says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled." So the generation that we're living in now is not going to pass away until all these prophecies come to pass. All right, verse 33, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. All right, it says, and take heed to yourselves. So take heed to the words of the Lord and the prophecies, because these things are happening. Okay? It's not 20, 30 years in the future, as they always say. No, it's happening now in this generation. We're seeing them. Okay? It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness, partying, bullshitting around, and not doing your videos, and not, not doing your lessons, not, getting into the spirit when you got the time, and the spirit hits you. Sometimes the spirit hits you, sometimes it don't. But when the spirit, hey, you got time, do your videos, man. Push this word out. Okay? It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. And eventually it's going to be that one major earthquake or that one major natural disaster or volcanic eruption that totally puts all these different people, these heathens and these Israelite foreigners on these islands, is going to have them, scared for their lives because they wasn't paying attention. So Yahweh Shah, he tells the elect of us, he says this, he says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. So we have to watch and always be praying that Yahweh B'Shem Shah protects us, our families, and the rest of the sincere brothers out there that's pushing this word, okay, and that's enduring, because we're getting ready to stand before Yahweh Shah himself, all right? But with that, I'm going to end it there. And give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And as always, peace and blessings to the elect. Stay watching and stay praying. Shalom.